Hello and welcome to Goa 365's Face to Face. Today with me is Amit Palekar. He's a very well-known advocate, but also wears a big political hat. He is the Goa State Unit President of the AAP, right from the elections, the Lok Sabha elections now right from the assembly elections. When he took over, he also contested in Santa Cruz on the AAP ticket, getting almost 5,000 votes, and now he is also in the Lok Sabha. Amit Bab, welcome to our studio. I think we've interviewed, but have you come to the studio earlier?
Yeah, I've come to the studio. Okay. We had one of the interviews was just when I had joined Aam Aadmi Party at that point of time. I think mine was one of the first interviews in Goa media.
Yeah. So the journey has been. How has the journey been? Rocky, long, peaceful, interesting?
Politics is never peaceful. Politics is always dynamic, as I say, and it's like even though it looks smooth like a river, which is deeper, there are a lot of undercurrent that which come up. But it has been nice to me. I think my journey when I started in terms of active politics. Of course, I have been into politics when I was just 13-year-old. So from UGDP to MGP to BJP, and in between my tryst with a Congress candidate for Santa Cruz constituency also. So it's been a long journey. But active politics from 2021, when I joined November, December, and then elections came up in February. And from then onwards, now as a president of a party, it's a big responsibility, and of course there are a lot of things that you have to deal with. Not just that you deal with your party volunteers, but you have to deal with accusations, certain aspersions, and statements which are very hurtful. So not being used to that active politics, sometimes it hurts to hear people talk about you. And talk some derogatory personal comments which are being passed, Facebook, social media. I stopped looking after at them at this point of time, but it hurts because they don't even know you, but they want to comment on you because you are belonging to a particular party, and they are belong to
figure. You're a public figure. Ultimately, you are a public figure. No?
Absolutely, but as a lawyer, I mean, I've completed 25 years in profession. We didn't listen to all these things. We didn't have to take up nonsense. Yeah. Now I have to take up nonsense almost every day, and it's certain. Sometimes I hate it when it comes from certain political leaders who attack personally. I mean, we refrain from doing that. As a politician, I refrain from making any personal allegations against any other politician. We are here to do politics. We are here to do good governance if we come to power, or we are here as a good opposition who will take up people's issue. I don't think we should be dealing with any such issues politically, personally. So, I mean, in a place like Goa, sometimes I think everybody goes overboard, and we see that happening all the time with so many politicians. But yes, I think as a politician, I maintain restraint as far as making any personal aspersions or allegations against a person, unless you have something concrete which affects somebody politically. Otherwise, I don't think anybody has a right to interfere in any politician's personal life.
Amit Bab, that possibly I would agree with you. This is an ideal society, so as to say. But wherever you go in India, people are more bothered. See, politicians are like, film stars. Like film stars, politicians, even to a certain extent, like media and whatever. People are more bothered about their lives than probably their own. So it's not only in Goa. If you see, it's discussed all over India. These are the But you should have been little used to it because your mom was also in politics.
No, see, we were used to it, but we always had an honest politics. See, my mom was a sarpanch.
Okay, whether honest or but I don't think it matters to people.
No, it didn't matter, but it wasn't so much of so much of dirt being flung at you, at any given point of time. And now what happens is there are particular parties that have emerged in last few years in Goa, which does not use proper words against certain leaders, and I mean it's improper to use very derogatory words, and I think we are not a state of a state where I mean, I don't want to compare a particular state where it sounds derogatory to that state also, but we don't come from those regions where we could indulge into such politics. Goa politics has been nicer, kinder to each other, even though everybody has been on one side as ruling and other side as opposition. But now I think it's become little murkier. It was dirty, but it's murkier. You see that it smells, it stings, and that is why people repel coming into politics. I think younger generation repels coming into politics only because of this fact that they see the politicians who are elected representatives today, what is happening with politics today, and that is the reason I think there is. See, I mean, I remember, in fact, my grandmother, when I said that I am getting into politics, like, you can't do that. That's the dirtiest thing you could ever do, And then it's been like that. And in fact, one of my uncles did not speak to me for 3 to 6 months. So how could you do this? You are so popular as a lawyer. Now you've gone into politics. What you have to face. Now, why? Why is a question. Why are politicians branded as bad people? And I think that's what we need to change. And if I, as a politician, can do my bit of it, then I think there are a lot of more who are willing to join, and we can see it. You see good politics which is being done by our MLA Captain Vanzi, by our MLA Engineer Cruz. Being in opposition, they have been able to achieve lot of things, and I can say it with conviction that both these MLAs will get double number of votes for the next election, only because of the way they conduct themselves. So it's that way. So we are trying to create that kind of leadership, and that is why I think lot of people ask me why Aam Aadmi Party, because my first meeting with Mr. Kejriwal, when I entered his chamber, he said you have two choices, and he said that if you believe in honest politics, if you believe that you can be the change, then this is the place for you. If you want to do corruption, then that's the door. Now, and it's one-to-one. I don't think any leader talks to you. Maybe in open forums, you want to be hypocritic and say we are the best people. That's what BJP does today. They call the bluffs. That's not what it is. When the leader, supreme leader of your party tells you that this is what it is and this is what you are entering, then you believe, and then it becomes a belief which becomes into conviction. And that's what it is, and that's why I feel proud to be a part of Aam Aadmi Party today, and I feel proud to be a part of cleaner politics. My grandmother is no more, but I would have still told her today that see, politics is also of clean people, and you can have clean politics, and you can be that change. And I think that's what we are. We are bringing that change, and people are slowly believing in that change.
You feel so? People are believing in that?
Of course. See, at the end of it, I mean, just before we came in here, we spoke about Panjim itself. It took me 30 minutes to come from 18 June Road to your office, which is not even 2 minutes away. Why are Panjimites
walking?
Yeah, probably I would have reached faster, but I don't know whether I would have fallen in some ditch or whether I would be able to come here, or whether I'll be in GMC with broken limbs. But educated people of Panjim, learned people of Panjim, socially very well placed people of Panjim don't speak.
Which is very surprising.
Very surprising, very sad. So, what is that change that people are looking at? Why do we blame politicians? Why don't we blame every Panjimite who is quiet? There are certain people who have started talking, putting videos about all these things. I just can't understand what the politicians have done to Panjim, the capital city of Goa, with the greed of making money, and nobody speaks about it. And that's the end of any civilization. I don't call people of Panjim civilized people today, because they don't know how to raise their voice. I mean, I may sound very offensive, and I mean that offense to them. But why should there be not? See, first thing, that God has given you mouth or ways of communication, and that is why we are humans. We need to change. We need to bring that change. We can't be saying, politics is just like that, the politicians are not like that. What change can come? And so said 15 lakh people of Goa. That what can I do? But that drop by drop becomes the ocean, and if I am the drop in that ocean, and to make it the ocean in some point of time, I am here to do it, and I am working towards it. When I am going to assembly constituencies today, I see youngsters, I see young women wanting to be part of the revolution. Today, in fact, somebody walked to me in the court when I was that we want to work for you. I said, but I don't know you. No, we want to work for you. I will meet you. I said, of course, it's the best thing that I could hear somebody. So I think the change is inevitable, and you can bring that change. No, anyone can bring that change. I don't think you should feel that no, somebody else has to bring that change. You can be the change and bring that change. So in that kind of political setup, we are trying to change what people think about Goa and Goan politicians, and I think things will change. I have strong belief in that. New voters are going to be added in 27, who are not 16, who are going to be 18, and they will be voting. I want to be that change, to promise them that you don't have to pay for your jobs. You don't have to, you might have not got the best of education, but your future generations will get the best of education, best of health, and it is possible to do it. And we have shown it in our 2 states where we are governing today. One is Delhi. People said, oh, they are only meant for Delhi. We got Punjab, and with huge majority. So that change we are bringing. We are the only government which bought out a thermal plant, which was private plant, whereas right now BJP is selling what belongs to people, and then advertising with their taxpayers' money. You see all over Panjim pictures of Modi being put and pictures of what progress they are talking, but they are not putting there right next to your road which has been dug entirely. What has been put one in there and show this is the governance, this is the creator of governance. So I think it's all hypocrisy, it's all bluff. I heard Modi saying once in one interview to BBC that what did you do wrong? He says, I did not manage media. And today it's all about media management, social media, WhatsApp. People believe all these things. People who are hungry go for rallies. They don't know what they are going to eat for the dinner, but they go for rallies because they don't realize this bluff. It's our duty as politicians to call bluff a bluff, and we will do that, and we are going to do that, and that's what we are doing. So, so I think Goa is also a peculiar place when it comes to politics, and it's very difficult to fathom Goan voters. We are small population of voters in every constituency, but everybody expects you to walk with them, and you don't know sometimes what they want in life, or what they expect from a politician, or would they only vote for money. But I don't think I proved everybody wrong as far as Santa Cruz constituency was concerned. I got a huge number of votes. I did not have the resources and money that the other 2 political parties had at that point of time. The politicians who contested at that point of time, and the kind of money they spent for getting those number of votes. And I went to people with just a promise, and today that promise is turning into reality. I think 2027 I don't have to look back, and you don't need money for politics. This is what our party leaders told us, and I have started believing in that you don't need money for politics. You need a will, you need a good intention, and you need to tell the people about your willpower, of your good intention. I think they recognize that.
See, one thing that people do not realize, which I'm seeing over a period of time, not only in Goa, anywhere. Ultimately, once upon a time we had kings, rajas. Now it is the political class, because it is the political class that controls your life every way, whether you pay tax, whether you get water or you don't get water, you get electricity, you get good roads. Who has a control on that? It's not the common man, it is the political class. So I don't know, maybe it is politicians themselves who say like you should not enter into politics because it's dirty, because then if more people come into politics, then the established political class will get shaken up. But people should realize that if you don't enter into politics, then whatever happens, like smart city, roads, no electricity, no water, it's going to continue, because only the people who are in politics can actually change. You agree with me?
Absolutely. See, understand one thing.
See, one Arvind Kejriwal, who's one Arvind Kejriwal
brought the change.
He has shaken up a huge party.
Absolutely. In fact, India as alliance, as India bloc, he was more instrumental in making the bloc and getting them together. Now, let me take up your question of why a king. A king was not somebody who was elected by the people.
Correct.
Here we elect our representatives. So, are we not electing wrong people? That's a question which remains to be answered, and that needs to be answered and retrospected by the people who have got these people elected.
Absolutely.
People sometimes vote for 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees. They don't realize that that 2,000, 3,000 rupees is their own money, and for that 10 times more money has been made by the politician to give him that 2,000, 3,000. But they don't realize that over a period of time, the amount of money that Panjimites are spending on water tankers, because they can only get 2 hours of water supply, and it is a fact. Imagine the kind of money that you would save and divide it over a period of 5 years, and then you see kind of money that you would save and earn actually by voting for the right politician who will be able to give you 24 hours water supply, 24 hours electricity. So many things are there. Kings, the politicians have become kings and become powerful because we let them be. They behave like one. You see the balance sheets of all these politicians have only increased over a period of time. Some of them are jobless, they don't do anything. But I mean, see, you must question. Every human, every voter.
One must question, but nobody questions ultimately, right?
That's the thing, that's a belief. Now you also, Glenn, as a person is believing that no, I am not questioning. Why don't you question? Start with yourself. Start with yourselves, let 100 follow. Don't think that I am just the one. What can I do? Yes, you can do. The change is brought by every human when he thinks that it's not just me, there will be a lot more to join me. As I said, when you say, what can I do as a single person? So said the entire population. So start speaking. Let there be change. Let there be nobody. Time will come and things will change. We don't think that way. I am still making noise. I am talking about smart city. I am talking about so much corruption issues. Today I spoke about SIT properties being sold by the politicians or purchased by the politicians. Why the things is that if I say that no, of course, what can happen only if I say it? I am being ignored. They will have to take cognizance at one point of time. You can't fool all the people all the time, and you can't be getting fooled all the time. So you have to be changed.
Should not, but looks like people are basically.
I won't give up on people. I won't give up on people. Okay. As a politician, as a leader of Aam Aadmi Party, I will not give up on my voters. I will not give up on Goans. I will not give up on the fact that I need to get my people who are in UK working there to Goa. And if it's CA is wanting to bring in Pakistanis, Bangladeshis and Afghanis who they feel are being oppressed there. Yes, my people in UK are under oppression. They have left their families here. They have left their 65, 70-year-old senior citizen parents here. They have gone there because we are not able to give them jobs or houses. I will work towards that. And I think I can achieve that. At some point of time, you have to understand that even with the smallest of thing, sometimes an ant can trouble an elephant. If the government is elephant, I will be the ant. And I will bring them to say that yes, that we will bring that change. And we have been able to do that. People's voice is powerful. You should realize that your voice is powerful. Our constitution has given us that right to speak up. The day we decide that no, we are not going to speak up because we can't bring that change, things can never change. Be the change. I think a simple thing like don't be like Panjimites. Don't be like Panjimites. Their voice is gone. They have lost their voice. They become dumb. They become numb. Don't be like them. Be like those who stop the tree cutting in Siolim or on that road.
Siolim.
Yeah. Be like those who are shouting and screaming at the top of their lungs in Burma to say, don't destroy our temple, don't destroy our houses. Be like those. Don't be like Panjimites.
Maybe Panjimites are too closely connected to the seat of power, as they say, or to politicians.
Nobody wants to bell the cat. Nobody wants to be on the wrong side. Everybody says, oh, why they will start targeting me. What life are you living?
Maybe they already have some sort of a relationship.
70-80% of people in Panjim who are living in Panjim have started getting lung diseases. The children are coughing every day. What more do you want? You want people to die? I mean, that's what it is. Where can a greed of a political party take their citizens to? I think that should be, elections are close by 24 elections. I heard somebody talking that no, we will vote for, we don't vote, no, we feel everything is wrong in Panjim, but for central elections we are going to vote for Modi, but next we will bring that change.
Yeah, that's what I am saying. Now
educated, highly educated
Yeah, I
person
was
said
going
that
to
to
come to
me.
that. Now see, now Lok Sabha elections are around the corner.
Yes.
I mean, expected any, I think, yeah, what the
Maybe another 2-3 days time.
yeah, code of conduct. Is this election going to be on local issues? Or is this election, we just had a discussion the other day, your party person was there also, but lot of issues that were discussed were local issues. But are local issues going to play a part in this Lok Sabha election, or is this going to be a Modi election? What do you
See,
feel?
today I saw Twitter handles of most of the Goa's minister. They follow a suit. They diktat comes from Delhi and they will do it. CM Dr. Pramod Sawant in bracket Modi ka parivar.
Yeah.
It's not BJP ka parivar anymore. It's Modi ka parivar. So they have made one person as God, who calls bluffs, and the bluffs are followed by all the politicians without questions, because there is dictatorial politics which has come not just in BJP but in India. Nobody has a voice. None of these politicians have a voice. Somebody has asked to resign, they will resign, because there is no choice. Question remains is, as Indians, as humans, what do we need? What do we need? We need food, we need clothing, we need shelter, we need good education, we need good health care. At the end of it, you may say that you become the fastest growing economy in the world. At the end of it, a middle class is dying of hunger. Where does he go? At the end of it, your population has no enough resources to live a normal life. If somebody falls sick in his family, say today, and he earns a salary of 25,000 or 20,000, average salary is 15,000, he spends 5,000 on somebody from his family, he doesn't know what he is going to eat or what he has to ration for the next month, because he spent that 5,000. Let's talk about health. When it comes to health, where do we go? Half of the medicines have to be bought from the pharmacy which is privatized, because in JMC it has to be free, but where is it available? It's not available. What happens to a guy from Kankan? By the time he reaches Margao, then he realizes there is no doctor, then he is sent in critical condition to GMC. Place like Santa Cruz constituency, Chimbel and Mercedes does not have a health center. We are so close to Panjim. Where is that health model? Where is that education model? Half of the schools have closed down, government schools, because there is no quality. People are not able to send their schools. Whereas in our states, where Aam Aadmi Party is ruling, we made schools where for 3 lakh seats there are 5 lakh applications. I studied in government primary school in Mercedes. When I went to see that school, I feel like crying, because that's the state of the school. I said, hand them over. Government does not want to, because then we will make them work. So at the end of it, what are you voting for? Your GDP, or are you voting for your per capita income, or are you voting for 2 square meals a day? Yeah, at the end of it, it has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. But what you feel, see, this is again local issue. Even the discussion that day meandered, it went into a local issue. But are these local issues going
human issues I am talking about?
Agreed. But are they going to be playing a crucial part of the elections, or how the way people think and vote for this particular election? Or these are,
let's keep all your local issues aside. Let's keep all your
local issues.
No, today.
But wait.
Let me get to national issues.
No, what I'm saying is this going to be a Modi election, or are local issues also?
BJP has tried to make it a Modi elections. Modi ka parivar. Modi ki guarantee. Guarantee is a word which they have robbed from Aam Aadmi Party. It was not their word. So today they realize. Now they say, emotions are turned into a voting gimmick. The students who were stuck during the war, you had seen their videos. They said that we tried to get in touch with embassy, consulate, prime minister. Nobody got in touch. But they have made a video, advertising video, where they say that Modi ने हमको वहाँ से निकाला, मोदी ने वैक्सीन दिया, मोदी ने पैसे अपने जेब से खर्चे नहीं करे. He has not spent the money from his own pocket. That is taxpayers' money. What banners, posters, which mannequins which are being put in Panjim, the radio is bombarded with the Modi message. Whose money is it? The money is being spent to show something which he didn't do. Today, I have heard Mrs. Smriti Irani talking when the dollar prices was going from 46 to 45 or 54, that it shows how the government our economy or government has failed. Today, I am saying the dollar price has touched nearly 90 rupees, or around euro price or dollar is around that. So the the rise in price of a dollar is directly proportional to the failure of the government. I use the same and I quote the words used by Mrs. Smriti Irani. These are national issues. What are we talking about? GDP growth. What are we talking about? Why are we not talking about per capita income? Why are we not talking about the fact that our ports are privatized? Why? Where is that import export? If the ports could sustain themselves, why are they being privatized? Why are we privatizing so many public sector units? Because they are not able to be sustained. Why are they not able to be sustained? Because the economy is so bad. We may show bluffs, which is what today how BJP manages social media, and we believe it. You know, sometimes when you Google, you see a boil and it says cancer, and that's what they're trying to do. They're showing a boil and saying that it is a mountain of our success story, and you believe it as a, you know, that's what it is. So, you know, I don't think we have to understand one thing is at the end of it, every middle class in this in this country needs 2 square meals. May not get his breakfast, but 2 square meals. His staple is destroyed. He can't afford to do it. Now, this will change. So, and it will become a revolution at some point of time. We becoming the largest economy does not matter to that middle class person if he doesn't get his square meals for 30 days.
Yeah.
So, things are changing.
Thanks, Amit. We are like out of time completely. This was a pretty hard-hitting interview, so as to say. Hard-hitting interaction with Amit Palekar of AAP. Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
was a very interesting talk. Thank you. And keep watching Goa 365.